So with the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power manga scheduled to finish its battle between Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and Jiren, it looks like the next story following the events of the Tournament of Power is in fact going to be involving Broly and the events seen in the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. However, due to the recent V-Jump scans having to be released by Herms98 and Kenziro on Twitter, it looks like we finally have a little bit of a sneak peek as to what is to be expected following the events of the Broly story. Now, the next chapter, accordingly enough to Herms on Twitter, following the events of Broly is going to be an arc called the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc, and the label on the side next to the 3 images having to be shown quotes in stating who is the escaped prisoner. A dangerous adventure begins, as Goku says a certain someone, with Vegeta having to follow by stating who's that. So it looks like a brand new original story is going to be taking place following the events of the Broly encounter, which we have no further detail as to what's to be expected other than the early word of the new Dragon Ball Super manga story starting up in the next issue of V-Jump, and it seems to be an original story set to take place after the events of the Broly movie. So having to take into account the Broly movie and them having to retell the movie in the form of an arc and having its own story be published in the manga, assumingly enough the next story following this, or the next arc, is going to be the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. So now it's basically set in stone that we are going to have the Broly story following that, the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. So following the events of Dragon Ball Super episode 131's conclusion, we knew at that given point in time that Dragon Ball Super was going to return, and it looks like the 2 stories that are going to be following its return inevitably are going to be the Broly story and the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. And once more, if of course you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to always be notified, because I'm going to be covering and bringing you guys information whenever we do get further details as to what is to be expected in this specific arc. Now I do want to go ahead and talk about this a bit further, because the 3rd image having to be shown on the screen is a very familiar face in which we've seen prior before during the Majin Buu arc, and that individual of course is Daikaio, and Daikaio was shown during the events of Kid Buu having to rampage all throughout the land after having to absorb the Kais, and it's because of Majin Buu absorbing Daikaio which resulted in him becoming the fat Majin Buu that we saw prior. So the question is, what does this story have anything to do with Daikaio? It's pretty cool how Daikaio, seemingly enough, is now going to be a thing apparently enough, but the question is, who is the escaped prisoner, and what exactly does Goku know about him that Vegeta does not? So it's more interesting to find out that we are going to be getting further detail involving Jocko and perhaps other characters, because now this story looks like it's going to be taking place within the remains of Universe 7, unless this individual, or said individuals plural, is going to have an effect on other universes as well. And to me, this kind of gives off a very Dragon Ball Heroes-esque kind of vibe, because when hearing about Galactic Patrol prisoners and prisoners having to escape, the first thing that comes to mind to me are time patrollers and time breakers. And again, I'm not confirming this, but if there was ever a time for Akira Toriyama, for Toei Animation, for the people behind the makings of Dragon Ball to ever include anything as significant as that, this would be the perfect time to do so. And this, of course, to me, reflects onto Dragon Ball Xenoverse with the whole time patrollers and prisoners aspect, so this could be something in which could lead into Jocko's Galactic Federation having to step in, us having to learn more about these quote prisoners, and the only other quote prisoner that we've seen as of recent that basically had a huge impact in the world of Dragon Ball was Cumber in Dragon Ball Heroes, and even then he was a prisoner or a tool used by few in order to basically further his studies and having to get him to fight Goku and Vegeta. I'm not saying that Cumber is a thing, nor am I saying the time patrollers or time breakers are a thing, but right now, if there was ever a time to introduce such a thing, this would be it. And of course, the label does read, "Who is the escaped prisoner? A dangerous adventure begins." And with the events of Broly having to be pushed aside, and now that Broly's over and done with, and now we have a new adventure on the horizon, we can only assume that this escaped prisoner is either going to be as strong, if not stronger, than what Goku and Vegeta had just encountered with Broly on Earth, depending on exactly the course of direction and if this is going to have any further significant impact on the events of Broly having to take place once this story begins. So that is the new chapter, that is the new quote arc, the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comment section below about this. We don't have any further detail other than V-Jump and Psycho Jump having to reveal big information next month, and take this part with a grain of salt, but it is possible, it is very possible that next month we could have the grand reveal of Dragon Ball Super having to return, whether that be in 2019, whether that be in 2020. The story is clearly not finished because we followed things through with Broly, and now we're getting a brand new arc called the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. So if you guys thought that this is the end, of course this is not the end. Goku and Vegeta have many evolutions to go through. We have so many stories to tell, and I do have a special video dropping later on today discussing the future arcs with my friend Emish. And of course, if you guys have missed out the Dragon Ball Super Broly spoilers, be sure to go on ahead and check those out as well. This is exciting news, this is big news, and until we get more information, I will keep you guys posted on here and on Twitter. Let me know what you all think. Let me know what you all think this is going to be about. Is it going to involve Jocko? Is it going to involve other universes, other entities? This is exciting stuff. Let me know what you all think. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys are new to this channel, then be sure to go on ahead and slap that subscribe button. Leave a like down below if you guys are just as excited as the rest of us, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god!
The fuck, Zarbon? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge!